Hi there, students. An illusion or a delusion? What's the difference? Okay, an illusion is something that your senses misinterpret. Okay, so for example, a magician can be called an illusionist. He does different movements to make your senses believe something that is not true. Okay, he takes the card and he makes it disappear. Well, he doesn't make it disappear, it's up his sleeve or hidden in his hand or something like that. And that is an illusion. A delusion is much more negative. A delusion is an illusion that is maintained despite the fact that you have proof that you have misinterpreted it, that you continue to believe it despite the fact it's very clear that your interpretation is wrong. So if you have delusions, it's a mental disorder. But an illusion is just one thing that your senses interpret as something else. However, if you continue to believe it, despite the fact that the magician says, look, it hasn't disappeared, here it is, it's up my sleeve or it's in my hand, yeah, and you continue to believe that he made it disappear, then that is a delusion. Okay, notice both illusion and delusion can have ideas that have the same. So an illusion is a false belief, but a delusion as well is a false belief or opinion. So he is under the illusion that the earth is flat. He is under the delusion that the earth is flat. In this case, both words fit. And this is why it's quite difficult to sometimes differentiate these two words. But delusion says that somebody is believing something despite the fact that it has been proven or shown beyond reasonable doubt that it's not real, that you have misinterpreted your senses. Okay, very often we use the phrase to be under the illusion that. So I was under the illusion that you were going to come early today. I thought you were going to come early. I was under the delusion that you were going to come early today. I thought that you were going to come early today because that's what you told me. But maybe you were deceiving me. So to delude, to make somebody believe something that's not true, that's not real. Okay, with delusion, we also can use the phrase to labour under the illusion that. Okay, this is like a criticism. So he would see the world much more clearly, but he is labouring under the delusion that the earth is flat. Okay, so we've proved it and we've flown him around the world, we've shown him a photograph and it's round, but he is under this delusion. You could also have delusions of grandeur. Okay, somebody who thinks they are really important and really posh, yeah, they have delusions of grandeur because they're not, yeah. So if you hear the way he talks, he clearly has delusions of grandeur. Whereas if somebody gave you the illusion of being important, they look like it, but your senses misinterpret it. Okay, but if somebody has delusions of grandeur, people have told them, and it's very clear the evidence that they're not important. but they continue to believe it. Okay, so an illusion may be real from the evidence as it appears, but it's a misinterpretation. Yeah? Whereas a delusion, it's obvious that it's not real from the evidence, despite the fact it looks like something else. Okay, delusions talk about dangerous thinking. Delusions are negative, yeah? Okay, is to continue to believe something in face of the evidence. Okay, so a hallucination. Well, if you just have a hallucination, it's an illusion. But if the psychiatrist says to you, it's just an illusion, it's not real, I promise there is nobody next to you talking to you, then it becomes a delusion and you need psychiatric help. Okay? So, he thought his English was very good. He was under the illusion that his English was very good. But then he had great problems communicating with native speakers. However, he continued to believe that his English was very good. Okay, that's a dangerous negative thought, and that's where it becomes a delusion. Notice the verb delusion, to delude, but there is no verb for illusion. Okay, what about formality? Well, I would say both of these words are slightly formal. Yeah, I think delusion is maybe more formal than illusion, but only slightly. You could use them in a normal conversation, but they're good words to use in your essays and things like that. Okay? So, enough. If you enjoyed the video, give it a rating, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now. Illusion, delusion, to delude. Normally to delude oneself.